For me, in creating the 4K fund, it was really about making sure that even the accredited investor who's putting $25,000 into a deal, that's still their money that they deserve high quality reporting for. I think the kind of the third piece of the investor friction points or complaints that I hear about the communication flow is on the investor reporting generally. And not only do you get contact and communication with the deal sponsor or the fund manager or whoever it might be that you're invested with, but what are they actually producing for you on a regular basis? And does it have any value? And for us, and again, going back to my previous experience and just the way that I learned to do things, was we did reports that were very comprehensive. We made sure that even though we were doing a mixed use project where we had development, construction, entitlements, retail, hospitality, we had all these different aspects, multifamily property management, we had all these different aspects for just one project. Yeah. And we were required to go through every single aspect, put it on a report, and deliver it to the investors every time with the capital account balances, current status. So for me, in creating the 4K fund, it was really about making sure that even the accredited investor who's putting $25,000 into a deal, that's still their money that they deserve high quality reporting for. And so with your guys' help and your experience with all of the other types of groups that you've been working with, what are some of the ways that you've seen investor reporting work well and be received well from the investors? And what types of complaints have you heard?
Yeah. So first of all, you're not really required to issue reporting to your investor base.
Especially with accredited investors.
Right.
But if you have an institutional investor, they're probably putting in their operating docs that it's required.
That's true, that a sophisticated institution would probably do that. I would say among the emerging sponsors that we see, probably some of the lowest hanging fruit in the private real estate industry is investor reporting. Most shops are not doing it, or at best not doing it well. And I think the reason is that they view it as a check the box exercise. They don't have experience with it. Most folks who come into the fund business or the development business, their background is in development. Mm-hmm. They know how to run a project and all that, but how to actually communicate with the investor base is a little bit of a different story. So we see a lot of bad examples out there. I think what you are saying resonates a lot. You came from a larger shop. You have a background in, I'll call it institutional development. And so you saw what good looks like. A lot of folks don't have, a lot of fund managers, emerging sponsors don't have that experience. And I've already seen that what you guys have done puts you at least a level or two. You're punching above your weight effectively as it relates to investor communications generally. We've got a couple of advantages here for 4K investors. You've already put together reporting. I've seen it. You've written longer form updates on the projects that you're managing, the development projects. Like we already talked about, we know where all the data sits. So we know where accounting data is at the project level, at the fund level. We know how to get it. We know who owns it. And then on top of that, we have an investor platform set up to facilitate actual communication back and forth with the investor base. So we have a fund manager who values transparency and knows how to put together reporting. We have all the data and we have people assigned to own that data. And we have the communication channel set up to disseminate the data or the reporting to the investor base. So all the components are there. And so now it's become just a matter of executing on a repeating sort of periodic basis. And that's where we've gotten to in a pretty short amount of time.